Okay. So you guys can just close your eyes once you're comfortable. I want each of you to feel the drawing down of that energy right now. I can feel it just really coming in. So just allow. Before we get started, I want you to just without any labels, just what's your perspective of yourself right now? Can you see yourself sitting there? Can you see the whole room? Are you looking at your eyelids? Just kind of think about that. And if you are in, this is a good exercise for creating balance. If you're out, let's come on in. I want you to bring your awareness to the ceiling above the top of your head. And we're going to drop down through the crown of your head into your corpus callosum. Now we're going to think about that space, that passageway, right? As a level, and near that bubble, we want to find balance there. Stretch your muscles a little bit, expand. Good. Now we're going to draw that energy behind your eyes back into that bubble. Now as that happens, I want you to be aware of the triangle you're creating between left, right, and third eye. So be aware of that. Now from there, we're going to drop down to your heart, your chest. We're going to fill that up. We're going to fill up your arms, your fingers, your belly, your thighs, your calves, all the way to the bottoms of your feet. And I'd like for you to locate the pulse in the big toe of your right foot. Just a nod when you've got it. We're going to bring our awareness over to our left foot, the big toe, and we're going to find our pulse there. Just a nod of your head when you've got it. Okay, great. And I'd like for you to bring your awareness to the top of your head, and we're just going to scan down. And I want you to notice what feels different. And go from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet. And you're just making mental notes for later. It's like you have a sticky board. And I'd like for us to be aware of the size of our field right now. Your field is your protection. So I'd like for you to be aware of, is it 2 feet away from your body or is it 10 feet away from your body? If it's close, I want you to push it out. You should be really strong about 6 feet out. If it's too far, I want you to pull it in. And again, I want you to make some distinctions around what feels different. And I'd like for you to ask to be shown these energy centers. I usually see them as color, so however that shows up for you.
Where are we looking for those at?
In your auric field, that's 6 feet of energy that goes out, that's you. Just however they show up. And again, I want you to make a mental note. Are they scattered about? Or are they like organized? Are they real close to your body? What's that like? Now, this auric field being your protection, right? I'd like for us to move those energy centers out. And I'd like for them to create an alarm system around the edges of your field. And again, we're just going to note what feels different right now. Now again, I'd like for us to start at the top of our head. We're going to work our way down. And we're going to just notice where our attention wants to pause. And we're going to make mental note. So now that you guys are feeling present and with some space, I'd like to call in your highest and best, right? And your individual personal guides. And I'd like for you to be able to start recognizing them. right? Recognizing that voice, because I think that for many of us, as we've come out of all these distorted situations, right? We have turned off that voice that is us, right? That is our guides, that is our intuition, right? We didn't come here with these big duties alone, right? We have our peeps. And I know for myself, like I went through a period of not trusting anything I heard, right? Because I didn't know who or what I was listening to. So I want us to get acquainted with our inner voice, right? And understand that all of that is you. It's all you, right? It's all you, right? So the less fear you have, the less chaos we have out here. So I'd like for you to bring your awareness to your third eye. And I just want you to see that as an energy center, right? Now we're going to drop that down into our heart space, just like you were dropping your eyeballs down. And I want you to see the world through the eyes of your heart right now. And I'd like this energy to drop down into your belly, to your solar plex, to your life force. And you can see this line of energy forming. Right, we're going to drop down to your root. And we're going to run this energy up. We're going to run it down. We're going to run it up. We're going to run it down. And every time we go up, we're going to go up a little higher. And we're going to come back down. We're going to go up a little higher. And we're going to come back down. Now before you, you're going to see a forest. But there's a very clear path through the forest. And you feel curious. So you decide to start out on this path. And as you begin making your way through the forest, you begin to notice so many sounds of life. You can hear the crickets, you can hear the frogs. And the deeper you get into the forest, you begin to hear the trees. And as you emerge out of that beautiful forest, you see this long well-groomed lawn. Leading up to this magnificent building. And like a magnet, you're just drawn forward. And as you get closer, you begin to notice the intricate detail of the doors. They're ginormous. They're like 12 foot high and they're all hand carved. And the closer you get, you see that all this carving is symbols. Right? It's symbols. And you know these are very sacred symbols. You don't need to know of what. But you know you're entering a space that is sacred. And as you begin to climb these steps, one at a time, you make your way to these glorious doors. And the doors open on their own, as if they were waiting for you. Because you have the feeling of being called. You have the feeling of being drawn here. And as you look inside, you're in the most amazing library you've ever been in. And you know that every answer that you've ever wanted is right here, held in these amazing books, in this magnificent building. And as you look around, you realize you're not alone. But your space has been created. And you know where to go. You find yourself making your way over to this table with this book that is yours. And as you begin to thumb through the pages, you can feel yourself just being drawn in. Almost being drawn into the book. Right? And you feel your astral body rising out. And you look back at your physical body knowing that it's going to be well cared for and safe. And you can hear water running. And you're guided to follow that sound. The closer you get, the more you realize that there's someone there waiting for you. She's been waiting for a long time. She's sitting with her back against this gorgeous tree, Behind where the limbs almost reach down and touch the ground. And as you approach, you're guided to the perfect seat. Embedded in the roots of that tree. You can feel the tree's arms wrapping around you, holding you safe. And you feel grace and gratitude. When you realize that the woman is you. The woman is the fully realized you. The woman who has completed the game and now stands in the land of the masters. And you allow her to fill you with all you need to know today. And I'd like for you to show your gratitude to her, to yourself, that continuum that is always you. And we're going to take a bow. And we're going to come back. We're going to drop down through the atmosphere, through the clouds, through the roof, through the top of your head. We're going to drop into the corpus callosum. Draw that energy back behind your eyes. And I want you to see the formation of that triangle. That fully connected circuit of information. We're going to drop down. We're going to fill up your chest, your arms, your fingers, your belly, your thighs, your calves, all the way to the bottoms of your feet. Welcome home.